Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Veronica Hardy, and welcome to Vision, Intention, Strategy, your social work mentor with the new Social Worker magazine. Now, our topic today is about transitioning from 2021 to 2022 and celebrating who you are as a social worker. Oftentimes, as social workers, while we are engaging in this diverse profession, we are change makers. We seek to help enhance the well-being of others. And we're also working to be our best selves while we are doing this. You may have noticed all throughout 2021, there have been multiple hashtags on social media, such as hashtag goals, hashtag success, hashtag motivation, hashtag inspiration. All of these hashtags were sending messages about moving to the next level, focusing on your vision and putting towards the effort to attain it. Well, we have reached the last days of 2021. So before this year reaches its end, let's engage in a year-end review and kind of reflect on what 2021 has taught us and how we can be inspired as we enter the new year. So here's the first tip. Examine your narrative. Now, many of you may have heard of the narrative approach or narrative theory, and there's a link included in the accompanying article to tell you more about what this means. But when you think about the narrative approach, that relates to story. In other words, what has been your story over this past year, over 2021? And when you reflect on that story, what themes tend to stand out to you? What themes do you want to change? What themes do you want to enhance? What themes tend to replay themselves in your lives? What themes no longer serve you? What new themes do you want to add to your life? A technique in narrative approach is to find ways to write and document and examine your story. For example, many of you may already do this. You may engage in vlogging, in other words, creating videos, sharing about your life and your insights. You may journal. You may even write poetry. So these are many ways that you have documented the story of your life over 2021. As you have expressed yourself through those different methods, what have you found in your story? Here are some questions to consider. If you were to describe this past year to someone else, what would you say? What memories stand out from your social work career? Who was in your life as a support system? What major social work practice changes took place? How did you respond? In what ways did you cope with challenges in the workplace? And what were your strengths? So in other words, take time to reflect on these questions, journal them out, vlog them, speak them into your cell phone. But what themes come up? How can you use the information that you find to help inspire you as you enter 2022? Now, the next tip is to break free from comfort zones. And when you think about comfort zones, that's your safe space. But the hindrance about comfort zones is it keeps us repeating certain behaviors. In other words, remaining in your comfort zone can limit your growth. Now, there is a great article in the New Social Worker magazine titled, Challenging Myself Out of My Comfort Zone by Carol Ann Safrant. And what I want to do is read a little quote from that article to you. This article was about decision making and stepping into a new aspect of herself. And it reads, I have been taught that in life, in order to build your self-esteem and personal confidence, you must be ready to go out of your comfort zone. You must be ready to explore unusual roads and to challenge yourself with good choices, but less comfortable choices. It is the only way to improve and get better. It is the best way to grow, and I want to be the best as possible. That is a great quote with strong wisdom coming through from Carol Ann. And I want to thank Carol Ann for writing that article and sharing aspects of her journey with us. So think about these questions as you prepare to enter 2022. Are there ways you want to step out of your comfort zone and enter into a growth mindset, into new settings, into new ways of thinking, new ways of being that are in alignment with your goals? What new goals, objectives, and action steps do you want to take in your career for the new year? What new social work knowledge would you like to learn? And in what ways do you want to enhance your social work identity in the new year? Now, here's tip number 3. Create a vision. Now, many of you may have heard of solution-focused therapy, co-developed by fellow social worker Insoo Kim Berg. Again, there's a link included in the accompanying article with Insoo Kim Berg explaining and providing an example of a miracle question, a tool that is used in solution-focused therapy. So, for example, let me practice a miracle question with you. Imagine if you woke up tomorrow morning and it was 2022 and your social work career was everything that you had ever dreamed of. What would that look like? The technique of the miracle question helps us to clarify our goals and objectives and to create a vision for our future. You may remember that in 2021, our National Social Work Month theme was Social Workers Are Essential. In other words, there were priorities that we were directing our energy towards. Priorities that would help to support individuals, communities, and the broader international society. In considering this, what are your career plans for 2022? In what ways will you balance your career and your personal life? What will be your career priorities? What ways will you engage in self-care so you can continue functioning in your essential role? Overall, I hope these tips are helpful, and I hope you enjoy entering into the new year of 2022. Happy holidays, everyone, and take care from the New Social Worker magazine.